Well, obviously we'd like to see those first four guys run really well. It's a little bit of a test for nationals, but still with plenty of time to make some changes if we need to. But I think they're excited to race at a high level, those first four. And then 5, 6, and 7, we're still looking for a really strong fifth man. And we have some good people to do it with Joe Dragon and Kevin James and Noah Affolter and maybe Simon Smith or Mickey Burke or Dom Hockenberry. So, we're still kind of auditioning for a fifth and sixth man, and our first four are pretty well set. So this is a step towards that. All that being said, this is not an end-all, be-all meet. I mean, we're going to run well, we're going to run hard, but we know we have a long ways to go until nationals.
Obviously, on the individual side of that, Justin coming back is certainly a big story from Worlds. Does that give not necessarily just him, but the other guys on the team confidence, knowing that you're going out there with one of the nation's top guys that should be your low stick at this meet? How does that influence kind of the rest of the guys on the team?
Well, it certainly gives us confidence because you do have that low stick, and so it takes a little pressure off everybody else. But those guys that run with Justin every day, they're kind of used to it, so this is what they expect, and I think it's pretty big of Justin to be ready to go right now after Worlds. I mean, this was kind of his choice, and he chose to race. I think he'd like to get in a decently hard race before nationals too.
You mentioned, the decently hard race. This is the first time and kind of the only time up until the regionals and nationals where you're going to get that huge field. Obviously, guys like Justin, Philo, Colin are used to it, but some guys that maybe aren't used to the big stage where they're going to have to weed through some people at the beginning. What are you telling them this week?
Well, I'm telling them to figure it out because that's why we go to this meet. There's 250 kids in the race, and it'll be all jumbled up at a mile, and it takes about a mile and a half for things to really loosen up. So for Noah and for Kevin and for Joe Dragon and even for Aiden Tooker, they've never been in this kind of field before. So it can be a little intimidating, but we're going to ask them to do some pretty big stuff and learn a lot from this race to get ready for nationals.
Moving over to the women's side, obviously Paige has shown some great strides here, especially coming out of Boston. What do you expect from her and then the rest of the team as well?
Yeah, I think Paige is going to kind of make a mark on the national stage in this meet as a cross-country runner. She's already done it on the track. And then, she's running great. I expect that it will go really well for her. And Shannon is running really well. Maddie's running really well. Rachel Bonner's running really well. Those four should be great. And again, with the women, we need a fifth person to step up.